Hi everyone. Today I am presenting my proof of concept app for my final project at UAT for my React Native 2 class. The purpose of this POC was to test a new feature before adding it into my full project, which is a math game that I had made for my kids. So the features I wanted to experiment with was a score tracking system here. So 3, 4, 5, if you can see here, I put in the correct answer and it would go here. And an incorrect answer would go here, and it would keep track of whether my kids were getting the correct answers or the incorrect answers. For this proof of concept, I created a simple math question with answer buttons. When my child selects an answer, the app checks if the answer is correct or incorrect, and it keeps track of either or. The feature that I already had experience with before creating this POC were creating a React Native app, designing the user interface, using components like text, view, and touchable opacity, and handling button presses with functions. So you push a button and it actually does something. I was already familiar with using UState to store the information that changes while the app is running. So the new feature I was testing was keeping track of multiple types of scores, so incorrect and correct. I had used UState before, but this was my first time creating a system that would track the different results. So I needed to understand how to update values correctly when a button is pressed, and how to connect user input with changing data on the screen. My expectation before starting this project was that the score tracker would be simple to create. And I actually thought this would be so easy that I wanted to make it a multi-screen app with different types of educational games, not just math. I wanted a spelling game as well. But time didn't permit for that. So the multi-screen app, I do have experience with multi-screen apps and backgrounds as well, but that didn't permit for this right now. Also to incorporate 2 different games. So I expected for this to be a challenge with updating the score correctly. That's what I thought I wasn't have a problem with. And one challenge that I thought about was making sure that the counters increased at the right time and didn't just reset unexpectedly. So after testing the app and the results matched my expectations with the score tracker, so that worked out. And the counter went up correctly and it didn't reset. So this POC helped me understand the importance of testing smaller features before adding them to a larger application, because at some point if there's an error, it's harder to backtrack when you have 100 and 500 lines of code compared to 40 and trying to see where you went wrong. So I was able to isolate one feature and test it and confirm that it worked. So implementing it into my final game is going to be a lot easier. So that would be my next step for my final project, would be to connect this scoring system into my, say, my math game or my spelling game. Overall, this proof of concept successfully demonstrated that I can create a scoring system for my math game. And it allowed me to test the new feature and understand how it worked, and get ready to put it into my final project of the math game for my kids. Thank you guys for joining me once again. This is my point of concept assignment for React Native 2 at UAT. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Bye guys. Thank you for joining me.